Dear chess friends, this is Stepan Žilka. Welcome on my new series about the application, and this series will be about more complicated things mainly, but not necessarily. And this video will be about still pretty function, but it's very new function, and that's the reason why it wasn't in the previous one. And okay, this series it's okay, I created this function like 3 days ago, so it's live now on the Google Play. But this is very newest function, so it just couldn't be in the previous series because it just wasn't there in the app. The function is called selectivity training, and let's go for it. To this series in the future videos, this one is still for everyone, but I will always tell you how complicated stuff I will be discussing, because it's already mastering alien chess, and some functions are really not supposed to be watched by everybody because they will be too complicated, or for very narrow audience who just want to do some particular things with alien chess, not standard things. But this function is still for everybody, so let's go for it. We go to main board, and let's put some position on the board. For example, some Sicilian, knight f6, a6. Let's go with some. Okay, whatever. Queen d2, knight b3. Let's say you have this position in your preparation. So it's still deep in the book. You see that in the master games there are still some games, and you now want to play this position, so you make some analysis, but you are still not overly confident if you understand how it will be, how you should think about positions that can arise, or if you want to grab some patterns. This selectivity training is for you, because selectivity, it means like move candidates or something like that. This function is created by TCIC, I guess TCIC winner of season 17, Lila Chess Zero, the network 3010, this exact network that was fighting on this TCIC. It's still 15 rounds to go, but Lila is currently leading by 2 points, so I guess Lila will be the world champion in computer chess. And exact the same Lila and exact the same neural network from this TCIC created this function, meaning that you have the best of the best selectivity trainer you can imagine. So let's go to the menu, education and selectivity training. You see number 1 here in the menu, meaning that it's easy function to use, and it's very easy function because you just go here. Okay, let's make white to move, black to move, for example, both, and early positions first. Why not? Meaning that it will be sorting, it will be just showing you some positions that can appear, and you're just not supposed to, with this function, to grab some analysis. It's not about analysis. This is about feeling. This is about some abstraction, about some selectivity during the during the game. You will have some similar positions, and you will be thinking, okay, I saw something similar, and Lila was saying, okay, I would maybe go rook c8. Let's go, let's try it. So apply and continue. And here we have a position, black to move, and this is exactly it. The Lila is saying you which of the moves it would consider on the beginning of the calculation, when it just comes to the position and make some assumption what are the most probably best moves. So it's a, okay, my first candidate would be knight a5, having 15% of time. Okay, later I will be calculating, so things will be changing, but my first idea is that knight a5 is better here, the best here. Knight b4 looks good to me, e5 looks good to me, a6 looks good to me. So for example, rook e8 to c8 doesn't look very nice to Lila. Bishop f8 doesn't look very nice to Lila. And this is already a pattern that you can try to make some connections in your brain that these are reasonable moves in the position. And okay, you can anytime use stockfish with this position. You can analyze whatever, but this function is not supposed to bring you some concrete information, but mainly to show you patterns. So again, here Lila says, okay, bishop b7 looks like the most candidate to me, 20% and 10% to b5. Don't forget, this is engine. So engine is considering every single move in the position. It's considering h5, it's considering g5. That's why these numbers are so low, because it's 20 for bishop, 10 for b5, and all the nonsense also need some percentage. That's why this is not 80 and 20. So bishop b7 looks good, developing move, or b5, just trying to push this knight from c3. Looks reasonable, but Lila believes that bishop b7 is twice as more probable to be the best move in the position than b5. So these numbers, it's not evaluation, it's percentage. Lila believes it's the best move without anything calculating, just looking at the position. So here, and again, you can see, for example, a lot of people wouldn't consider a move like knight e7, and Lila says this is one of my top candidates. Okay, knight b4, standard. Okay, I'm not sure it's completely standard. It's standard with knight on b3, but even here Lila says this is my top candidate, and rook c8, it's similar top candidate. And knight c5, knight e7, again saying that rook e2 c8 doesn't seem to be good, g6 doesn't seem to be good to it. Maybe it is good, but it's not its first appearance. And that's this function about. Again, rook d1 looks good, rook e1 or knight d4. So a lot of other moves like h4 doesn't appear to Lila to be the best move in the position. Maybe it is best move, but Lila says most probably I trust rook d1 is the best. So this is how computer treats the position without calculating. People usually say we cannot overcalculate the engines, and sure we can't. But this is still very relevant information, but because this is without any calculation, this is on depth 0, and still it provides you world-class move candidates for the position. So here we are, and let's use some different opening, for example, to see that it's possible. For example, here bishop b5, knight f6, knight g5. Oh no, I want it. Bishop c4, knight f6, knight g5, d5, b5. Let's say no, bishop f1. Yeah, and okay, this is fine. So again, this position, let's say we will be playing this position with black. I don't say this is good variation, but okay, everybody can enjoy playing such a position. So let's check how we could prepare. So education, this is here, and selectivity training. Oh, I wanted to flip the board because we are on the black side. This is what I wanted. Flipboard, education, selectivity training, black to moves. Let's say that now we want to see only our candidates, that we do not want to see candidates of our opponent. It's very good to know both, but we can search only for our candidates, and let's say most forcing first. And here we are, so there's pawn on e5 under attack, so it looks pretty forcing to this algorithm. Saying bishop d6 looks like the best, or no, e4 looks like the best to the Lila, and it's not a very big surprise to me because it looks like you actually want to play such a move. but it also respects other moves like bishop d6, bishop g7, or knight d7. The remaining moves are very low on the, if you add up these probabilities, it's 20, 45, 50, 60, 70, so the remaining moves are not very respected because all of them have together 30%. Again, such a position, and Lila say, okay, you can fight for the d file with rook d6. Maybe you can put this bishop d6 to stop these rooks from going. But most I like just e3 to open my own open file, and also to stop the knight from reaching e2, for example. So this is, nobody knows what is the best move. If you want to analyze, you can use Stocky, but this is just a pattern that Lila say, okay, I understand I can go to d file, but I think I prefer in general opening the e file. That's why it's 20% there. Again, e4 all the time, e4, 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 and let's have completely new position here from different game. And okay, the bishop is under attack, so there's not many moves to consider. Lila says, okay, bishop a6 looks like the best, but it would also spend quite a lot of time, as you can see, with moves like knight d5, bishop c8, or c5, both these two counter-attacking the bishop. So it's about its selectivity, and it's this can help you in understanding chess tactics, dynamics, the strategy. This is just very I think this is the best we can learn from the engines, because their way of calculating we just cannot get anywhere close, but this is something we can learn, how to think about these positions. So I hope you like the video. I hope you understand this function, why it could help you to become the better player. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.